we are here. I have no makeup on, my hair is pulled back, and I have my blue light glasses on. So what that means is we're gonna do some studying. I was asked to sing a Korean song for my school's Lunar New Year, and so I picked BTS Life Goes On to kind of sum up the year, and now I have to learn it. I already had some of it done, but I figured I could take you along with me so that way you could learn how I learned Korean songs, because I am definitely not fluent. So this is kind of how I learn songs. Things that I use my notebook, I use lots and lots of colored pencils and markers and pens. I also print out the lyrics, headphones, and I have my computer out here ready to go. The first thing that I do is I listen to the song once on the computer and then once with my headphones on. This is for me to kind of like pick apart how the song sounds and who does what. While that happens, I start highlighting, because I like color coding. I start highlighting what's what. I'm gonna listen to the song. We'll probably have a time-lapse version of it. Also, I use the music video instead of the lyrics because I have the lyrics in front of me. If you're one of those people that prefers to watch the music video so the artist can gain more streams, print out the lyrics, have them in front of you, and listen to the music video so you can stream. Tips from Lily. Yeah. Okay, so what I do on the paper is I take notes as to what vowels or words are emphasized. So if things are paused a little bit more or drawn out a little bit more, I underline them so I know that I'm supposed to draw those out a bit more. Then I'm gonna listen on my headphones on my phone so that way I can listen to any sort of like ad-lib or anything that's kind of in the background. I'm really picking apart the song, and then I will learn all of the lyrics section, because if I know the melody and the timing, it's easier for me to match the lyrics to the timing and everything. So let's do that. Editing Lily, time lapse this. Ready, set, go. Ha. Okay, what a jam. Because I am looking at a paper, I didn't need my blue light glasses as often, but I usually get my blue light glasses if I'm doing like a talk to me in Korean lesson, or if I'm gonna be looking at the computer a lot. I actually use blue light glasses because I get headaches really easily, and the blue light has been known to cause a lot of headaches. So just as a precaution, I have them on. For this one, I didn't really need them, which was great. After I listened to it, what I've been doing is, I'll show you here, I'm drawing like little humps, and they're for timing. I like to group, especially if I'm not completely sure of the words, to write humps so that way I know what's grouped together and what's not. And then I take this information and I go back to the computer and I put the playback speed to 0.5. I begin breaking down how the words are pronounced, and what I try to do is talk with them. It helps for me that I can read Hangul. If you can't read Hangul, you can try doing it with romanization, but you're gonna be farther away from actually pronouncing it. So really try to learn Hangul if you can, and I can make a video on how I learned how to read Hangul. So if there's a section that I'm having a really big issue on in terms of pronunciation, I will take my notebook, or I will write it down in my Big Korean notebook, and I will break it apart that way. I'll actually mouth out the words while I write them. Usually I'll do this when I'm learning a section because I want to be able to focus on reading it, and I want my mouth to get used to saying the words. I will also take a second and I will read through the lyrics to kind of get used to what I'm saying. Well, just you'll see. So I'm gonna read through the lyrics. I'm gonna circle the na because instead of saying na, it almost sounds like ne because his vowel is bright. So I'm just gonna circle it so that way I know to not get focused on what it sounds like to me, but more focused on what it actually is, which is not. I will also underline the whole section and put a little star at the end of the line, so I know that that's an area that I have a hard time pronunciating, so I can go through it a couple times. The next section, the Sugar J-Hope section, I actually haven't learned yet, so this might sound a bit rough. I'm gonna underline that last line because I am definitely gonna need to practice that line a lot. Whoa. After reading it, I will probably read it like 2 or 3 times through to make sure that I have everything. And then I will listen to it and sing along at 0.5, which is why I had the playback speed there. I will try and get the timing while singing with them. So I'm gonna do that. You're probably not gonna hear it, it's probably gonna be time-lapsed, but I will get back to you after I do that. Okay, so now that I have gone through all of this, I really want to focus on Suga and J-Hope's raps because I haven't learned them yet, and I'm probably going to have to go through them a couple times at 0.5 speed just so I get the idea of how I'm doing this. And then once I feel like I have everything okay, I challenge myself by going up to 0.75. Do the same thing, go over the sections that I need to at 0.75 until everything's kind of solidified and we're good there, and then we'll bump up to normal speed. Probably see a time lapse again. Sorry that there's so many time lapses. A lot of me learning the song is going over and over and over the song until I have it down packed. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. 사람들은 말해 세상이 다 변했대. 다행히도 우리 사이는 아직요 다 안 변했네. Okay. 다행히도 우리 사이는 아직 곁에 안 변했대. Hello. That's when it goes. 어두운 시작과 끝 안녕이란 말로. Cool. So now I'm gonna challenge myself and go up to 0.75, Suga and J-Hope if I can. But I'm gonna try and do Suga first. Nope. One more time. So everything's on beat. 다행히도 우리 사이는 아직 곁에 안 변했대. No. 변했대. Is it ne? Okay. Now that I've gone through different sections, I'm going to sing along with the song at normal speed. 오늘 내 세상이 멈췄어 멈춰있는 나 겨우 사람인가봐 몹시 아프네 다행히도 우리 사이는 아직 곁에 안 변했네 어느 판에요 더 함께 이어보자고 끝이 보이지 않아 아무 일도 없던 듯이 I remember What I did there was when I went through it at normal speed, I also put arrows next to the sections that I mess up a lot. And then when I have it down packed, I will probably sing the song multiple times. What I do throughout the day in order to really get the hang of it is I will listen to the song at least 2 or 3 times a day, probably once in the morning, comb through all of that. While I'm listening to the song, I tend to comb through in my brain, like, what am I doing with this? Once in the afternoon, going through the same thing, and then once at night before bed, combing through everything all over again. The more you practice it, the better it'll be. And after that, I will head into my Studio One, I will record everything, and I will listen back. A good way to test to see if it sounds good is I will take my phone and I will record myself and watch the way that my mouth says things. If something does sound wrong, I can figure out why it sounds wrong by looking at the way that my mouth is shaped. Then I will critique it, I will fix it, and I will go over that section where I said something wrong. I will go over that section like 2 or 3 times to make sure that I get used to saying it correctly. We're trying to imply lots of muscle memory. If I have the time, I like to pick apart what the lyrics mean by translating them word by word and then coming up with the translation based on the context. If I know specific words, I will like circle them so I know. 오늘 미안해 없어 눈, like I or snow. I will take note of those words because those are the words that I know, and then I will translate the words that I don't know, and I'll try to come up with my own translation of it, and then I'll check it. I'll see how close that is to what Genius has. I do that so that way my inflection of the song and me singing it with the meaning of the song, it gets across. So a lot of work goes into learning the Korean songs, but this is pretty much done in little spurts throughout the week. That's pretty much what I do, and it's a lot of practice. I mean, I hope that this helps. I have a background in choral music, and this was a lot like how we would learn Latin songs. I kind of took the key factors from my experience with choral music and learning choral music towards here. Thanks, Miss Dandino. You a peach. I hope that this helps for anyone who is learning Korean songs, whether it's for Korean study or you just want to challenge yourself to sing in a different language. It's really fun. I really love doing this stuff. But with that, I will bid you adieu. I hope that you are healthy and happy. Come back next week to see the finished product of this. And let me know if this is something that you like. I can do more of these. Just let me know. Also, if you want to do like a study session where it's kind of quiet and I'm just studying Korean, I'm not singing it or anything, then please let me know in the comments what you want down below. Covers, study sessions, breaking down of how I learned songs, original songs. Let me know down below. With that, I will see you next week, and I'm really glad that you were here with me. Keep working toward your dreams. Bye.